Hey, welcome everybody online and in my house. A little later on, I'll properly introduce our speaker, Mrs. Ling Halbert, who will talk about humanistic Buddhism. And this weekly interfaith meeting has been going, well, weekly, 202, it must be about 5 years. So just to introduce it, we're here to contribute to build a better world in a very small way. If you could just stay muted when you're not reading or asking a question. And there's a reaction button for raising a hand later during questions and answers. And we've adopted this principle. Dr. Leonard Swidler is a Catholic professor of interreligious dialogue, and he has what he calls the dialogue decalogue, so the 10 rules of dialogue. And this one seems very easy to adopt, harder than you think, but the primary purpose is to learn. That is, we're here to listen, not to teach, unless we're the presenter. So we're each here to learn, not to especially not to try and force our views or persuade other people. And the Universal House of Justice wrote, whether through deeds or words, the merit of your every contribution to social well-being lies first in your resolute commitment to discover that precious point of unity, where contrasting perspectives overlap and around which contending peoples can coalesce. So we don't, unlike some forms of interfaith, such as academic or some forums, they look for points of difference and discuss those, and I've never heard of anyone reaching point of unity by that approach. If we start with things which unite us, then that can build. So I'd just like to invite Ling to acknowledge the Indigenous people and the land.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. We acknowledge and pay respect to the past, present, and future traditional custodians and elders of these nations we call Australia, and the continuations of cultural, spiritual, and educational practices of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders peoples. We acknowledge Aboriginals and Torres Strait Islanders tribes were the first 70 nations of the Australian continents. Thank you. The Gadigal of the Ora nations are the traditional custodians of this place we now call Sydney, and Gado peoples are traditional owners of Burwood. Thank you.
Thank you, Ling. Now we'll have a short meditative program on the theme of meditation, and the first piece of music is actually called Meditation.
Meditation is greater than thought. The earth seems to meditate. Atmosphere and sky seem to meditate. The waters and the mountains seem to meditate, as do gods and men. While small men are quarrelsome, slanderous gossips, the great may be said to have received their due portion of the fruits of meditation. Revere meditation. It's Hindu writings.
O Ahura Mazda and Asha, bestow upon them, Zarathustra and his followers, spiritual strength and power. O human, grant mental power, cleverness, and wisdom to Zarathustra, so that he may lead the world to peace and rest. O Master, we all recognize him as thy noble son and best of creation, and accept him as our best leader. Zoroastrian writings.
Meditation brings wisdom. Lack of meditation is folly. These are the two roads, one leading forward, one backwards. Choose the right one, the one that leads to wisdom. Buddhist writing.
Happy is the man that hath not walked in the counsel of the wicked, nor stood in the way of sinners, nor sat in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the streams of water, that bringeth forth its fruit in its season, and whose leaf doth not wither, and in so whatsoever he doeth, he shall prosper. Jewish writings.
As he said, whereunto shall we liken the kingdom of God? Or with what comparison shall we compare it? It is like a grain of mustard seed, which when it is sown in the earth, is less than all the seeds that be in the earth. But when it is sown, it grows up and becomes greater than all herbs, and shoots out great branches, so that the fowls of the air may lodge under the shadow of it. Christian writing.
A press book have we sent down to thee, that men may meditate his places, and that those endure with understanding may bear in mind. It had a succession of angels before him, and behind him, who watched over him by God. Yes, very God will not change his gift to men till they change what is in themselves. Islamic writing.
Meditate profoundly, that the secret of things unseen may be revealed unto you, that you may inhale the sweetness of a spiritual and imperishable fragrance, and that you may acknowledge the truth that from time immemorial, even unto eternity, the Almighty has tried and will continue to try his servants so that light may be distinguished from darkness, truth from falsehood, right from wrong, guidance from error, happiness from misery, and roses from thorns. Baha'i Writings, Bahula.
In the empire of the senses, you're the queen of all you survey. All the cities, all the nations, everything that falls your way, I say. There is a deeper world than this that you don't understand. There is a deeper world than this, tugging at your hand. Every ripple on the ocean, every leaf on every tree, every sand dune in the desert, every power we never see. There is a deeper wave than this, swelling in the world. There is a deeper wave than this, listen to me, girl. Feel it rising in the cities, feel it sweeping over land, over borders, over frontiers. Nothing will its power stand, I say. There is no deeper wave than this, rising in the world. There is no deeper wave than this, listen to me, girl. All the bloodshed, all the anger, all the weapons, all the greed, all the armies, all the missiles, all the symbols of our fear, I say. There is a deeper wave than this, rising in the world. There is a deeper wave than this, listen to me, girl. At the still point of destruction, at the center of the fury, all the angels, all the devils, all around us, can't you see? There is a deeper wave than this, rising in the land. There is a deeper wave than this, nothing will withstand. I say love is the seventh wave, 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 I say. Every ripple on the ocean, every leaf on every tree, every sand dune in the desert, every power we never see. There is a deeper wave than this, swelling in the world. There is a deeper wave than this, listen to me, girl. Every ripple on the ocean, every leaf on every tree, every sand dune in the desert, every breath you take with me, every breath you take, every move you make, every cake you bake, every leg you break.
Thank you very much to all the readers, and good to see a few more people have joined us. And now my great pleasure to welcome our speaker for tonight, our presenter, Mrs. Ling Halbert. Welcome, Ling. Ling brings expertise in holistic health and therapeutic practices, demonstrated through diverse roles in community wellness and education. As the founder of Health and Happy Heart, Ling facilitates Tai Chi, cooking, horticulture therapy, ecotherapy, and meaningful craft experiences. Ling has been a Buddhist for more than 35 years. She has participated in Thai, Tibetan, and Chinese Buddhism. The humanistic Buddhism of Master Xing Yan, who founded the Fo Guangshan Buddhist order, Nantian, has particularly inspired Ling, with its emphasis on practicing Buddhism in daily life. Ling has 4 grandchildren, 2 boys and 2 girls. And very much looking forward to Ling's talk, which is on humanistic Buddhism. Over to you, Ling.
Thank you so much, everybody. Once again, apologize for being late, and once again, acknowledge all people who present here and the organizers who's putting lots of efforts into it. If you haven't seen this man, his name is Master Xing Yin. He's one of the greatest monk, the greatest teachers that I've actually followed. He's not the only one. I follow the others as well. I just want to briefly read or share with you his Master Xing Yin. He's the founders of humanistic Buddhism, which one of the over 300 temples around the world is in Nantian Temple at Wollongong. So Master Xing Yin was born in China in 1927, and he died 2 years ago. He came to Taiwan when he was 49, and it wasn't easy for him to actually start the humanistic Buddhism because it's a new concept. It's as we all know here that Buddhism actually has so many schools, not just one school, and he has successfully propagate and also not built but cherish the the humanistic Buddhism. Because of him, let's say because of him, humanistic Buddhism was born. So I'm a big fan of it, so as many other people. One of his talks that Tom was delivering was spiritual and environmental preservation practice. He gave so many different talks all over many years of his life. And today, basically, I am going to share with you what I have learned as humanistic Buddhism. So, what is humanistic Buddhism? Master Xing Yin is very clearly stating that humanistic Buddhism is about practicing in our daily life. It's about we do it because basically we have got all in common. Doesn't matter what colors and what name your mother gave to you. We speak. Everything's all right? Okay. Would you like to speak? Thank you. We all have mouth that we actually speak. We all have our thoughts that we actually like to think, and we also like to do. So basically in Buddhism is the 3 things where we do or we don't do. So we are gifted with these 3 things. So as we actually all born to actually to do these 3 things very good, what Master Xing Yin said to us, that which is what I've actually practicing, is do good deed, think good thought, say good words. If you're going to talk, let's talk good words. If you're going to think, let's think good thoughts. If you're actually going to let's do good deeds. Like what Tom said last week, that pick up a piece of rubbish. There's one piece of rubbish that is not ended up in the sea where it will come back in our salt, in our food. So rather than is actually think about, oh, other people is not doing it, the government's not doing it, that's think bad thought. And His Holiness the Dalai Lama, he's one of my greatest teachers. He said, we all have 60 seconds in a minute. Doesn't matter what name you actually given. Choose that 60 seconds. Do not waste the farmers' food. Do not waste our breath. Do not waste the time that we actually have left, because time is actually like a clock. It ticks. It doesn't wait for no man. Therefore, 60 seconds that I have every day, every moment, I choose to do good deed, think good thought, say good words. Anyway, right? Because I like to actually to practice being happy and being useful to myself and to other people. And I prepare myself to die happy as well. It's no point to actually to be upset and to complain and to think bad thought, to do bad deed, and to say bad words to the government or whoever is not doing what. That's wasting of my time. I don't do that. So another thing is Master Hsing Ying have said, and what I have been practicing is the 4 givings. The first one, we actually give others confidence. That is actually a must. Remember, I only have 60 seconds in a minute. Give others convenience, doesn't matter what. Give others choice. We cannot do that. 60 seconds we have. Give ourselves joy, give other people's joys. Give others hope. Give others, oh, there's both of them. Give others the confident, did I say confident? Give others confidence, give others joys, give others hope, give others convenience. When you actually do that, the world will be a much better place, because after all, I only see you maybe once in this lifetime, maybe twice, from last week. But let's remember that, for me, as a choice, I choose to do that anyway. So it's investment, and it's the credit that I've actually put in my my life. Anyway, so and the next one that I do or I practice is the 5 harmonies. What are the 5 harmonies? According to Master Hsing Ying, firstly, we must cultivate our inner peace. If I don't have inner peace, forget about the world peace. If I don't have inner peace, forget about my cats and my dog and my Tom. He's actually not going to be happy because I'm in a bad mood, because I complain about the world. I cannot change it. The most important thing is I have my inner peace. And therefore, the people around me, the flower, the garden, the cat, the dog, the Thomas is happy. So the second one, then when I practice that, it's like a garden. If I have seeds in my hands, I have a handful of seeds. That's why I'm the founders of Good Health and Happy Hearts. That is my choice. I sow seeds of good health and seeds of happy hearts. And that's what I have, take responsibility. And that's the things I can do. And I do it. And then once I've actually have that, then is actually go to the next levels. What is the second harmonies? The second harmony is fosters family harmonies. Like I said earlier, once I have inner peace, the family, the friends is actually, can have that harmony as well. And then the third harmonies is that spread joys around the world. Once I have it, if I don't have money, I cannot give money. If I don't have joy, I cannot give joy. And that's the facts. And the 4 harmonies is that build sustainable community. if I'm actually a complainer, you know, if I smell, if I complaining, it's like smell. If I keep complaining, I keep actually nagging, I become very smell. Nobody wanted to have to be my friend. Nobody wanted to ring me. So therefore, who is it that is actually suffering more? It's myself. So therefore, I choose to actually to have that inner peace. So therefore, the sustainability community can be exist. Then it go out of you know, the outer layers is that advocate world peace. I cannot just actually demanding world peace, and I cannot actually. In fact, Tom and I in 2006, we Tom and I and 4 other people, we have actually started Palamata Climate Action Network, because we are so passionate about the climate. We're so passionate about people and world peace. So we were on the street every week, and also go to markets and things and talk to people and talk to the government, go to Canberra on foot and whatever, and demanding world peace, demanding climate change. Nobody happy. Nobody wanted to see us, and everybody is stressful. So therefore, I realized that after a couple of years, this is actually not the road to travel. Inner peace. Do I have inner peace? So therefore, these days I go around and I teach Buddhism, and I teach meditation. I go to schools and I do what I can to basically to spread the good news. Do good deed, think good thoughts, say good words, give others convenience, give others confidence, give others joys, give others hope. And that's and then, you know, practice, cultivate my inner peace. That's why I teach Tai Chi, and I believe in Tai Chi. I have 5 classes a week. I teach 5 classes a week of Tai Chi, and then we celebrate the acts of givings. We celebrate. We do not complain. We do not nag. Not going to happen. We celebrate acts of givings. And then, like what we're doing, we continue the ripples. And that's what I share with my students. A couple classes a week. I do that. The ripples happen. And that is actually Buddhism. In fact, we need all these, you know, we all know that the fact is that lotus flowers and lily flowers, water lily, do not grow from nice, clean water. They only grow in muddy water. So therefore, our muddy water, our environment that we actually have, whatever it is that we are complaining and we are not happy with, that is needed. Instead of complaining, we use that as a muddy water, and we practice. We'll grow beautiful lotus. We'll grow beautiful water lily. So, first of all, I have to be the light. I choose to be the light, not the dark. 50-50. Responsibility is in my hands. Choices is in my hands. I choose to be the light. I am the light. I am the Mother Earth. And then when I'm light up, I don't have to carry the light. I am the light. People, I light up myself and I light up others. And the first other thing is everything is first. It's the awareness. I have to have that awareness. I raise my voice. I talk with passion. I talk like an Italian, you know, waving my hands and with the loud voice. Do I know? I cultivate self-awareness. If I don't have my awareness, what other people say, what other people, you know, do, it's none of my business really, because I cannot actually put socks in people's mouth, and I cannot whack people that they're actually not doing what I want them to do. So therefore, you know, I have awareness if some things is actually that I see I'm not happy or is not whatever, then I look at myself. I have my awareness, you know, my mind, my speech, my feelings. How are my feelings? I take responsibility for my own feelings. I'm angry at the moment. What I'm going to do? If I have awareness, I have that awareness to choose, because the world is 50-50, like Master Singin said, you know, day and night, good and bad. You cannot expect other people to be all good. It's none of these things. So therefore, you know, I can actually choose to actually to not grasp onto it. Just have a look. That's awareness is so important. Then I can actually you know, help others to actually to have awareness. And that's what I teach every week. Then another thing about Buddhism is we have to actually we are suffering. We have to what's the word? We have to have it. You know, we have to SAIL, SAIL. We have to take ourselves across the seas of sufferings. Because in Buddhism, we actually have the samsara, and then we have got the nirvana. Nobody can actually take me across to to nirvana. I must. What tool? I can actually, you know, take a boat, or I can actually, you know, take whatever across to the seas of sufferings. So I must have that skillful mean to travel across one after one. It's not just one instant. I get there, I'm done. No, it's because our mind, you know, because our three poison, because our greed, our hatred, our ignorance. Every day we traveling on the seas of suffering. So how I must have that skillful mean to take myself across to the other side of the nirvana, from the delusions to the enlightenment. Enlightenment is not a one-off. It's a traveling. So therefore I must actually get myself across, right? So then is the vows. Vow is so important. I myself vow to take the Bodhisattva's path. Bodhisattva's path is actually where I vow to help myself, because I'm actually one of the Sangha, in the Sangha community. Once I'm actually, if I'm actually not happy, if I'm actually drowning, I'm no good to myself, I'm no good to others. And I have also make another vow. If there's one person in these whole 9 billions that don't have to be saved by God, may that person be me. So I can actually free God to actually to help those who actually need more help, if that makes sense. So transfer of merit is also very, very important as well, where I practice, because, you know, after meditation, then I believe there's merits. It's like flowers, you know, it's like beans. If I've actually put seeds of beans into flowers into the soil, the good condition is actually there. I harvest the the flowers of the beans. There is merit there. There is merit there. So transfer of merit, it's vital. That is actually part of my practice, that it's helped me to actually to navigate the 3 poisons, you know, the greed, hatred, and ignorance, and to remind me to be on the path, and you know, remind me to be the light. And like last week, you were actually saying about the we mentioned the 8 noble path. So with the Eighth Noble Path, we start with the right will, the right concentration, the right speech, the right mind. There must be the I don't have it right in front of me. So what those eight noble, maybe actually, Dana, would you like to actually to call out that Eighth Noble Path for me, please? Or maybe Sim Lam. Sim Lam, can you actually please read that out for me, please? Thank you.
Yes, I have a visual here.
Excellent.
Is
So
that-
please read it. Please read
Yeah.
it, please.
So it is right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration or right stillness.
Thank you so much, Yulan. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, so that is actually the precept is actually helping me to get on track. And I always actually said, I live by that precept. And if that is actually, if I live off that precept, I have that awareness that I live off that, I've actually traveled off the track of that precept. So therefore, I am responsibility. I'm not pointing my fingers at anybody and said, it's all your fault. I take full responsibility. And also I do good or I do bad. I have that awareness that, okay, I'm off that. My speech is actually not quite wholesome. It's not quite handsome, wholesome. So I have that awareness to check with that the Eighth Noble Path. On that note, I like to let me have a look. Let me check my notes. What else? I'm actually wondering if Tom can actually put that the transfer of merit up for me, please. So there's so many things. It's only 10-15 minutes.
Just 1 minute.
Huh? Sorry. Yeah, the transfer of merit. So there's so many books that our master singings actually talks and books that are available. So you are welcome to Nantian Temple. We also have 4 different branches in Sydney, one in Chatswood, number 4 Spring Street, Chatswood. And we also have it in 22nd Cowper Street, Parramatta. We also have in Kogarah and Nantian Temple as well. I run tours, so if you don't have a car, we have got a Tesla. You can actually, I can take 4 people on a tour. That's including the a bit of Buddhism and also Tai Chi and food as well. Prayers. It's so important that we actually do prayers. Like for examples, this is actually there's master singers have written prayers that we can actually do. I'll just do a very short the prayers to Medicine Buddha. Oh, great compassionate Medicine Buddha, please listen to my report. There is truly too much sufferings in the world nowadays. The violations of burning, killings, and plunderings, the queue of passions of corrupt officials, the turbulence of politics and economies, the disasters of earth, water, fire, and wind. All those often make people lost everything they owned in the blink of an eye. The anguish of being bedolent with a lingering illness resulting from an imbalance of the 4 elements. Even heroes mourned and groaned and have difficulty being at ease. The seas of karma that is full of passions and delusions resulting from greed, anger, and ignorance roll uneasily like rolling waves and billows. Oh, great compassionate Medicine Buddha, if we do not depend on you now, how can we come out of the seas of mysteries? I won't read the whole lot. if we do not rely on your now, how can we subdue the evils of resentment? Today, I sincerely change your name, pay respect to your holy face, not to praise to you, only to bless myself, but to hope that all beings obtain your protections, to live and work in peace and contentment and in happiness and harmony. So there actually more that I'm not going to actually to read. That is only books of prayers we also have or chanting, and there's so many books that you can actually read on humanistic Buddhism. There's tons. So welcome to actually to read more on humanistic Buddhism. So you can actually find out more. What is it? Because, what I'm sharing is only tiny, smaller than a grain of sand. How many more minutes do I have?
As long as you like, but we usually finish at 8:30. So, and we like to leave a bit
all
of
right.
time for questions.
So I actually would like to ask Tom to and also the other thing, may I say, we have got NTI, Nantian Institutes, where we're giving free education. That's what our Master Singing believe, that you do not actually give people money, or you do not give people, we do give people food, but giving education, people will actually have the powers in their own hands and build their life a better place, and the community as well. So we do have free scholarships right here in Nantian Temple. We also do once a month, Tom and I, we actually go to markets and we have spiritual and environmental preservation practice. So please come and join us to do what we can do and to do the best we can do. Together, we can make the difference. We also, if you have children, we also have scouts, Buddhism scouts. Imagining that the kids actually learn to meditate, and it's amazing. Like I love the BLIA scouts. They're in 4 different places as well. Yeah, Thomas, may I trouble you, please? You could put that one on the screen for me.
Colin, did you want to share screen or shall I?
I'll make you the co-host so you can share.
Okay. Oh, here we go.
So if I can ask you to either actually do this or do this, we can actually read that together. And this is what I practice. May palm be joy together in every world, expressing kindness, compassion, joys, and giving. May all beings find security in friendship, peace, and loving care. May calm and mindful practice seed patience and deep equanimity. May we give rise to spacious hearts and humble thoughts of gratitude. Sadhu, 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 sadhu. Gratitude is such a wonderful thing. Back to you, Collins. Thank you.
Thank you, Ling. That was wonderful. That was very right speech, because it was very easy to understand and follow, and a very attractive presentation of Buddhism. I'll put up my hand first because otherwise someone else will. And if anyone would like to ask a question, if you could keep it brief and to the point, that it would be very good. There's quite a few people here. My question is about humanistic Buddhism. I think that's wonderful that it relies on prayer. You even mentioned God, and in the prayer you were beseeching Buddha, if we do not rely on you, how can we subdue something? Probably subdue self. So a lot of humanists, in my opinion, don't turn to God or to Buddha. They just say, just be a good person. It's all within you. So I'm just, I'd like to know a bit more about that aspect of it. Would you see Buddha as God, as hearing your prayer and helping you?
We don't see Buddha as God. Buddha is not God at all. He is the greatest teachers, and he is still, we believe that he's still here because the Dharma, he is still here with us. He always be here with us because of his Dharma, and that's what he said to us. And he is not God. He is not God. He is a teacher. We can actually pray to our teachers for respect. We can actually pay respect and to our teachers. And you know, you know, we can always, like, in natures, right, you know, praying is actually a beautiful thing. It gives you peace.
Thank you. That was a beautiful prayer you read. That was very nice.
Thank you. Thank you. We have got, you know, like books. If you're interested, let me know. Yeah.
Thank you. All right, Young, if you could keep it to the point.
Thank you so much, Lynn. I've been in a Nankin temple a few times. It's very calm and quiet, and I love the place very much.
Thank you.
What I'm saying, thank you for telling also about the 8 Noble Path. I mean, a person should practice or by themselves when they were born, because everybody born is angel. So they're supposed to already possess or obtain these 8 virtues or 8 paths, things to do, and they don't have to, like be reminded that you get to do number 1 to number 8. Just like mindfulness. If somebody step into a workplace and work so slow, the boss will say, why you take so long to do? And then they say, because I'm doing mindfulness. Then they won't have a job. That's one thing. The second thing, because the topic is humanistic Buddhism, it means that I hope you already mentioned about scholarship. So it was great, but I just want to know how long the scholarship is for and what sort of subjects will be chosen for that scholarship. And another notion is if you study about politics of China, under the time of Mao Zedong, President Mao, people had to go through cultural revolution. When they would go to the countryside and harvest the herbs to help healing and, or other medicine practices. So that's what I'm saying. If you want to be a bodhisattva, you got to be like multi-skilling, and you have to do a lot of things. And I am very familiar with the protocol run by the Parliament House in Canberra and also in States. So what I'm saying is, we go with, if you go with a lot of people around you, then easy the voices to be heard. Well, that is idealistic views anyway. But, just like a flower.
Better wrap it up, Young.
Yeah, I mean, just like roses and jasmine, the fragrance will attract a lot of people. And then people will turn up and say, where the fragrance come from? From Bodhisattva, from Buddha, from Jesus, and the other notion I want to mention is people choose to be in the light. But unfortunately, people wasn't born equal because some people were born sick already through difficult childbirth. So they come out and they need a lot of help. So
thank you so much, June. I've actually, because of time, I'm restricted. So let me actually answer those questions for you. Buddhism, we actually believe in karma. We actually, because of karma, we actually here. And because of whatever it is, karma we have, we can actually change it. So the choice is actually our. The flowers, like for example, the beauty of the flowers. What someone once actually said to me, a woman where I was actually at a doctor's surgeon's, a woman, a strange woman. She was actually just walk past me, and she just stopped right in front of me. She said, the closest place to God is in the garden. I am a horticulture therapist. I believe her. You do not actually, you can have lots and lots of questions, and we only have 60 seconds in a minute. So we have to learn to be mindful, to have the awareness of what is my thinking, what I am saying, what I am doing. So 60 seconds, we don't have much. So with I choose to actually to concentrate on the time I have, the time that we spend together, and the time we only have 21 minutes left. So I'm so sorry. And with the question that you actually may have, please go to NTI and go to maybe Tom can actually share share it on the chat, please, Tom, where you can actually all the courses that we provided, and also the scholarship. The information is already there online. Thank you.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, you concentrate on the well-being people, but
Look, sorry, Young,
people.
we don't have enough time. We'll have to move to the next one. Sorry about that. Deepa, over to you.
Sorry.
Deepa is mute.
Yeah. Actually, it's probably a very basic question, just for my understanding. I guess I don't know if it helps anyone else, but I was just curious about when you talked about humanistic Buddhism, which is and based on what you conveyed, it sounded to me that it was very much okay in the well-being of humans, of people. And I just was wondering about how it reconciles to Buddhism that I have understood, which is ahimsa, non-violence, and how that reconciles. And what about then, I mean, humanistic Buddha, so that's just that one section of humans, but how about everything else? And yeah.
Thank you. In Buddhism, we actually have got all sentient beings. It's not just you and I that can see. There's these things that we cannot see as well with our eyes, and things with legs, things with no legs, things with wings. I shouldn't say things. I should say living beings. Yeah, there are living beings that they are equal to us. They also have Buddha nature. So as a practitioners, and also I only have 10 hands. I only have 10 fingers, and I only have 2 hands. And very luckily, we all born with a pair of hands. So we have got the Dharma, which is actually free to everybody, the teachings of the Buddha. The Buddha, he was born a prince. He was Prince Siddhartha. And he have got everything. He can be the greatest king, but he chose not to. So he gave up his good life, because like Tom said last week, he saw the foresight, and he wanted the true happiness, not just for himself, for others. And he went, and he 7 years, I believe, my friends Sim Lam and Dana and Tom can quote on me, or you can actually do search. He actually went to different teachers, and he tried, because what happened is actually what I say is like food. Unless you actually put it into your mouth, you digest it. In fact, like it actually have it on a cup or on a plate. It's not that I can force people to take it, or the Buddha do not force people to take it. The Dharma is actually here, that he have spent 7 years, that he went to different teachers, and he tried it for himself, and he got it, he attended. So therefore, he went and sat under the Bodhi tree, and he said that if I don't understand the truth of the world, then I will not get off my seat. So there and then he understood the Four Noble Truths, which Tom had mentioned last week, and the Eight Noble Path, which is actually have to go hands in hands. Yeah, it's just like the left and the right. It's just like the in breath and the out breath, not one or the others. So we practice, and like I said, I only know tiny, smaller than the grain of sands of what Master Singin have taught and what the Buddha have taught us. So there's so much more that I haven't acquired, and I'm still actually keep going. I'm still a baby. I'm still crawling. I'm still crawling. So thank you so much for your questions. Yeah, please go and read. There's so many books, and you can actually come to our Wednesday classes as well. The best way is to listen more and to open your heart, open your mind, and open your will. Thank you so much. I can see that your mind and your will and your heart is open. Congratulations. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for the question, Deepa. Titi.
Yeah. Sorry. Just a little curious about. I'm just curious about what the three things you mentioned before, and second, that G. Yeah, the three things you mentioned before, just like a good tip.
Yep.
Purify your tongue. Oh, sorry.
The three poisons. So we actually, the Buddha have understand that we all have the three poison. We have greed. We have fingers, but we want more fingers. We have breath, but we want more breath. That's a joke. We have one computer, we want more computers. That's actually great. We have a cup of tea, we want something else. So greed, hatred, we all have hatred. That's what the Buddha say. Yeah, but that's what he understood. And we all have ignorance. We see the flowers and we wanted to know, we ran to imagining we are flowers, we ran to the bees. We want the bee, we ran after the bee and the butterflies. I'm a flower, I'm a flowers. Come and smell me, come and look at my beauty. That's delusion. That's also a joke as well. So delusion is something that, like the truth of the universe, how we actually, when the karma, for example, when I've actually clapped my hand, there's a sound. That is actually the causes and effect. The two hands come together and clap. If I have one hand, I clap. Can you hear the voice? There's no sounds coming up. So the causes and effect is actually the law, is the the three poison. Okay, let's go back to the three poison. The first poison is the greed, the hatred, and the ignorance. The Buddha also tell us that there is actually three things that we can actually get rid of this one, and which is the Eight Noble Path, and we have to practice ourselves. Is that the opposite of these three is Jie Ding Hui, is the precept. He have got the precept lie us for us, lie out there for us. The basic for lay person is the five precept, the Eight Noble Path, and the understanding of the Four Noble Truths. Then is actually meditation. We must actually cultivate that meditation for ourselves, so we can actually have that awareness, that self-awareness. We can be awake rather than sleep. We can open our heart, our mind, and our will, being aware. Yeah. And then we have got wisdom. Wisdom is actually where the skillful mean, where we can actually see things the way they are. For example, like time is actually running out, and we have got second. Yeah.
Sorry, my last question. You didn't mention that. I just read one of the book that Buddha mentioned he's gonna come back. Just like when say when the flower, they only how to go to live when blossom on the what? The human. Just how to call it? I forgot.
Petal? The petal of the flower?
Yeah, just like one Buddha mentioned. Yeah, they're the sign of his how to call. Yeah, it is true.
So flowers is, let me guess, you know, like you can actually look at this flower, for example. So for firstly, there's different stages. Someone have to planted it, right? So then is actually have a stages. That stages might not, depending on the condition, that might not grow out to be that full, that size. And that was once beautiful, but slowly you can actually see it's dying. So that is the law of karma. When you said karma, it's not really true. It's actually, that is the natural phenomena. So things actually comes and go. Life is actually born and then is actually not really actually die, because the bodies is actually have got its used up. Then is actually we traveling on, our consciousness, our eight consciousness traveling on to the next being, if you like. Is that what you're actually asking?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Thank you. Please read books. Go, you know, like we have got so many free books, free publications that you can actually read. And once you read, you have to digest it, reflect on it, meditate on it. Then it's actually become yours. You have to walk it. You have to try it out. If you don't like chili, no point for you to eat chili. You have to actually try out, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Yuvatiti. We have 10 minutes, so anyone who hasn't asked a question yet, you will probably get priority. Basantha.
Thank you very much. It's a very good presentation. You shared a lot of information with us in a short time. My question is, thank you very much for both of you. I'm originally from Sri Lanka. Just want to know what's the difference between the Buddhism that is practiced in Sri Lanka and also that is practiced by you. Other question is about, you just mentioned about the after that and the consciousness. If you can say something about the consciousness and what happens after that.
Thank you. So there's so many different schools of Buddhism. I was born in Laos and I spent some time in Thailand, and we have got Sri Lanka here, also from Sri Lanka as well, and have got really lots of friends from Sri Lanka. That in that area, the Buddhism is actually called Theravada. And traditional, they actually practice the traditional ways, and Simland is one of them as well. Maybe they can actually add some more, please, if you have anything to add. Simland and Dana was once that as well. So it was traditional way where the Buddha was practicing, because back then in India, 2,600 years ago, the practice was actually like what the Buddha was practiced. So therefore, the Theravada, they pretty much is actually practicing what the Buddha was actually teaching back then. And is that correct? Anything, Dana? Would you like to help me on that with Theravada, please?
Well, I believe the Theravada is the earliest, because the Buddhism was brought to Sri Lanka. Know how long after. Anyway, it was brought by Venerable Mahinda during King Ashoka's life. And then it spread to other countries later on after that. So I believe that the Nikayas are the earliest, have records, the Buddha's teachings. And there is an equivalent in Chinese, the Agamas, that also have the earliest discourses of the Buddha. That's as far as I
Thank you,
know.
Donna. Yeah, thank you. So the differences is actually that when the Buddhism actually traveled to China from India, they traveled to China, and because of the culture, the teaching, like the Buddha said, it's always alive, it's not dead. And when it go to America, it's adapt the culture. When Buddhism went to China, it adopt the Chinese culture. So because of the culture, because of the revolution, because of the kingdom and whatever, at one stage where the king, the emperor, one of the emperor, he actually feel that like Buddhism in China was getting too strong, too powerful, and he had fear of that these monks will take over his kingdom. So he killed some of them, and he got rid of all the temple, and the monk was actually forced to actually to leave to live in the forest. So when they actually live their good life, I said good life was that because there was actually being provided with food and everything and shelters. So they have to what you call them? They have to plow their own land. They have to grow their own food. And the Zen Buddhists, even in China, even in Mahayana Buddhism, I'm only going to compare the Theravada and the Mahayana. There's more schools. But what happened, what the difference between the two from Sri Lanka, let's say Sri Lanka, Thailand, the same too, and Laos, that's what I was practicing. So we basically, Theravada, I also go to Theravada temple as well. It's not that one is greater than the others. It's just like somebody just like chili. Somebody don't like to eat chili. Somebody like to eat Chinese. Some people just don't like Chinese, doesn't agree with their tummy. They prefer Italian food. So depending on people's preference and people's practice, that which one is more suitable and is more doable for them. But for me is Zen Buddhism. Zen Buddhism is easy for me because I can just do it as I speak, because basically it's the awareness of what I am up to. It's that monkey that is actually my mind. What is my mind up to? What is my speech up to? What is my doing up to? So I just being mindful of what is happening, and I take full responsibility in what I can do, and being aware that I only have 60 seconds in a minute. So I make the best out of, because I have that karma. I actually have that karma for myself, like I was mentioned the eight consciousness. We have got the 5 consciousness. So we have got our ear, our eye, our nose, our mouth, our tongue, and our feelings, our thoughts. The thought is actually number 6, and then number 7 is actually where we call like a boss, like the monkey. And then the 8 is actually where we take with us I don't know, I would not call it soul, but our Buddha natures, if you like, our Buddha natures that we actually take with us, because this body is like a car, is like, I can be checking into a Tesla. I can be actually driving a BMW. It's depending on my karma. So once the car is actually exhausted, the 5 elements is actually exhausted, then where is my Buddha nature? Where is my consciousness, my 8 consciousness? It's traveling on. It's traveling on to hopefully a better car, a better place. But I am the one who's actually the driver. I'm relying on the teachings.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you. Deepa, over to you, and then we'll probably wrap up unless someone else puts their hand up.
Yeah, well, just quickly, you mentioned, Ling, about crossing from samskara to nirvana and the sea of suffering and all that. So what's the prescription to be able to cross?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We all actually want that want that scriptures, want that medicine. We call that medicine. The Buddha actually said that we have got if I remember it right, maybe Simlam and Tom and Dana can help me, 84,000 troubles, and we also have 84,000 Dharma doors, which is the medicines. So we all have our different diseases. Our greed come from the greed, hatred, and ignorance. We don't shy away from them. We know that they're actually there. So therefore, for example, if I've actually come up with greed, then I've actually go, oh, greed is coming up. Then I've actually will go, oh, right. The Buddha said the opposite, the antidote to greed is generosity. So then what is it that I can actually practice? Maybe if I've actually liked my cup of tea very much, I might not actually give Dana this cup. Maybe I can actually share half of my tea with this cup. Maybe I can actually not giving up my beautiful pair of glasses. Maybe I can actually give one that is actually slowly, I learned to do the antidotes. It's not just one medicine. That's I personally, I think that is actually, we human being, we want just take one medicine and that's it. We are actually done. We are not fixings. We are cured. And we actually not, actually, no, sorry, we are not cured. This is actually and another person I really, 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 really highly recommend you actually, please listen to is actually another teachers that I follow is Ajahn Sujato and also Ajahn Brahm. They're beautiful, beautiful teachers. They're Theravada teachers. And Ajahn Brahm, he actually said, there's nothing to be fixed in our life. We just have to actually care for it. We just have to care for it. And it's like our body. We wanted to, when we have mental health, we have upset, we have angers. That is normal. We don't call it a mental illness. That's normal. You don't actually want to fix it. You don't want to get rid of it. You care for it. You do not C-U-R-E. You do not C-U-R-E. You C-A-R-E. And you do not fix it. You care for it. Because that is actually us. We have got, like two people, let's say, we have our angers. We have got our, when anger comes up, I'm aware of it. Okay, anger comes up, take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath in. That's what we do meditation, and we tell ourselves, calm down, sit, good dog, sit. You tell yourself, to sit rather than actually to jump at somebody. So that is actually, the practice that we do. It's never ending. So like, like the seas of suffering, we all have it because of our greed, because of our hatred, because of our ignorance. So when we practice, how is it that we can actually live with this mind, live with this world? Sometimes we cannot change the circumstances. We cannot change the environment outside, but we can change the environment inside. We get ourselves to have that inner peace. When I have inner peace, I'm not out there. I'm not actually burst out like this. So therefore, I can see clearly. That is actually the key. Where how is it that even when I'm driving, I tell myself to stay on the middle lane, not left, not right, to practice the middle path. So therefore, when I'm in the middle path, it's like playing tennis. I don't know, you like to play tennis or table tennis. You actually in that position, like joyfully, because you're going to take that one and you swing your rackets and then you're going to have the backhand hit, the forward hitting, and you come back to this position and then you see the ball, you have that awareness, the ball comes up, you have your backhand and you just hit it across. So you pay full attention to the court, to your mind, what is actually happening. You cannot actually point your finger and say, hey, Thomas, you are a pain in the neck. You don't do that because of kindness. You do not actually, you take full responsibility. What happened with me? That I'm actually getting upset with Tom. What is it that I'm actually wanted more? What's going to happen? You know, and the effect would be there. Like, for example, if I actually ate too much, which I do, I love food, the effect is that I have tummy, I have, you know, like I suffer. Yeah. So I have to have that awareness, you know, tell myself, you know, like, okay, I have greed coming up. What I'm going to do.
Look, that was a good question, Deepa, because it was a great answer. Look, our time is up, and I just want to thank Ling and thank the participants and thank the questioners. And I think this is a great way to learn, to be introduced to Buddhism, is in a packed talk like this, where everything is covered, but there's also, you get a sense of the depth of the Buddhist practice and the Buddhist teachings. And there must be something in it, because it's been around, I think, 2,500 years, and it's still relevant. And Ling today was talking about it in terms which are relevant, perhaps because it's something fundamental and relevant to human nature. So whatever the culture, whatever the place, whatever the time, it's still relevant. And that's what I got out of today's talk. Well, thank you very much, Ling. That was
Thank you very
excellent.
much.
And thank you also, Tom,
other
for
participants.
speaking last week.
Thank you for all the participants and